what happened to the old Town and Country grocery store in Tannersville. It's along Route 6 and 11. The 611, that is. The roof came crashing down around 2 this afternoon. The store's been empty for the last few months. No one was hurt in that Monroe County roof collapse. Still ahead on Newswatch 16, emergency workers are one of the few people allowed on the roads. We'll have a live report on how they're coping in the blizzard of '96. Plus, some people are dealing with the big storm without water.
And what about more snow coming this week? Tomorrow, maybe? Find out coming up. This is Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we are proud to serve Stroudsburg and all of Monroe County.
This time.
They'll have more than a pretty face.
This time, I'm gonna...
Tom, and from the pictures we've seen, this has just been an incredible storm.
It really was. It was a top snowstorm of 100 years, Jeff. One of the top 3, that is. It was a classic nor'easter. We had that persistent northeast wind from the storm that blew up to 45 miles per hour times, causing the 5- and 6-foot drifts that now exist over the region. But there's no chance of any more snow from the storm that just left. That storm is now blowing quickly out to sea. It's hundreds of miles away at this hour. The weather school question is this evening about wind. When a storm intensifies, the air is forced to move faster toward low pressure, colder air, or the ocean. Now, today's statistics look like this. In the backyard, the temperature high today made it up with the sunshine up to near 20 degrees. 11 the low temps, 61 on this date back in 1978. Our snowfall total now for the season, we tack on 21 inches from the storm, 58.9 inches this season so far. The average is 48. Temperature now at 14, that wind from the northwest. It's dying down a bit now, the barometer on the rise at this hour. The beauty of a blizzard. It's just a beautiful sight out there. The evergreens all caked in snow, and got to appreciate the beauty of the storm if you can. Now, looking at the weather watcher, just checking in this evening from Montoursville, Suzanne Gavlik. She says about 12 inches of snow out there, about a foot less than we have here, if not more. 13 degrees now, so much less snow in the central counties and northern counties with this storm here. All right, thank you, Suzanne. Have a nice night. Want to check out the answer? It is lower pressure. Air wind moves toward lower pressure when a storm intensifies, and that indeed is what happened last night and this morning as that wind picked up. Well, the reason we had this classic blizzard, a very strong temperature boundary set up last Friday into Saturday from the Gulf of Mexico on up toward New England, separating the Arctic air that came down from the warm air, and that just helped to intensify this coastal storm, and all the moisture blew in off the ocean as it intensified, and the result was the heavy snow that we had. Now, the storm center now is now offshore. It's blowing away quickly. In the wake of the storm, the wind diminishing rather quickly this evening, so have some clear sky for now, and the planet Jupiter out in the western sky this evening. So for the next few hours, that wind will be gusting up to about 20 miles per hour from the northwest this evening. The temperature falling down a little bit between now and 9 o'clock, down to about 13 in the backyard. Still some drifting and blowing of snow, but I think that'll pretty much subside by daybreak tomorrow. And there'll be a moonrise this evening as well in about an hour or so. So for tomorrow, the map looks like this. We're going to have another little trough of low pressure coming through. So there's going to be some more snow developing tomorrow. It's going to be a light snowfall as this front blows on by tomorrow evening. And then back to some sunshine on Thursday. Looks like a fine day, a Wednesday into Thursday. So for tomorrow then, it's going to be cloudy. Light snow developing in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre toward the end of the day. High of 27. Northern counties then is going to be about an inch of snow tomorrow. Storuca, North Bend, a high of 26 degrees. For the Poconos tomorrow, the high will be about 26, a west wind. Some snow developing there, probably an inch by tomorrow night. And down by Stroudsburg and Allentown tomorrow, looking for a high of 29 degrees. Some light snow developing there. And also in the central counties, probably about an inch of snow from that next front blowing on down tomorrow, and 29 degrees out in Ottawa tomorrow. Okay, sunrise tomorrow is going to be at about 7:30 or so. 7:29, 4:53 is sundown. So overnight, it's going to be moonlit, and the temperature dropping just a little bit. Now, there's going to be some flurries on Wednesday behind this next cold front, and then a sunny Thursday, and there are indications that another storm will be in the east toward the end of the week. Tom.
Just what we need, Tom. That's what nobody wanted to hear that today.
Sorry about that.
Thanks.
See ya.
We're going to change the picture again. Go to Newswatch 16's Fred Lettieri, who's been spending the day with emergency workers. Fred, the snow must be quite a challenge for them.
You're not kidding, Tom. You know, with this weather, a lot of people are snowed in. We've been getting a lot of phone calls from the station, people saying, you know, I can't get out of my house. I need my prescriptions, or my little boy or girl is sick, or I have to get to a hospital or to see a doctor. What do I do? Well, there are people on the road making sure that emergency workers and emergency deliveries do get to where they have to go. Workers at the Lackawanna County Communications Center have been putting in long hours, dealing with all kinds of emergencies. After dealing with other people's problems for 15 hours, Lynelle Donahue had one of her own: how to get home.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
How you doing?
A worker from Donahue Ambulance was there to give her a lift.
Very great. It's a great service, yeah, because otherwise you'd be either take a chance of walking, you know, and something could happen to you, or I guess you'd be staying here all night.
Donahue is one of the ambulance companies making sure emergency workers have a way to and from the job.
Physicians, registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, emergency dispatchers, people that really have to get to work to either provide an emergency care or to people in a nursing home environment who really need that one-on-one type care.
Okay, well, as far as right now, we're pretty much caught up, but that's...
Others who need help are calling the Scranton Police Department. An officer has a small army of volunteers with four-wheel drive cars and trucks at her disposal. The volunteers are making life easier for people snowed in. Since 7:30, about 15 volunteers have handled more than 200 phone calls. People needing to go on dialysis machines, food and medicine for sick children, taking doctors and nurses to hospitals.
Hi, guys. How are you? All right. Could be better. Wish it was summertime.
This nurse managed to make it to work, but hospitals are asking patients, unless they have an emergency, try and reschedule appointments for Monday and Tuesday for later on in the week. Now again, if you're at home and you have an emergency, you need a fuel delivery, or you have to get to a hospital for something, the best thing to do is to call 911, or if you don't have 911, your local police department or your communication center, and they'll probably make arrangements to get you to where you have to go. Fred Lettieri, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Music. Tom?
Fred, that woman had it right. We wish it was summertime.
I don't think it'll ever be summer. I think it's going to be winter forever.
We'll hopefully we'll get some summertime pretty soon, Fred, at least in a couple months. Now, even though that travel ban is supposed to be lifted tomorrow morning, many schools aren't taking any chances. We're going to fire up the Winter Watch computer right now, push back the screen so you can check out if your school is closed tomorrow. Two more Winter Watch cancellations you want to pass along at this point. U.S. District Court in Scranton, jury duty is canceled for Tuesday. Jurors are asked to report there at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Also, Lehigh Valley International Airport reopened today at 3.